What's up, savages? It's Tuesday. It's a bloody Tuesday. What's going on, everybody? It doesn't look like looks like my stream might be the health of the signal is not very good. Don't know what's going on there, but we will press on. Hopefully the sound and everything is good. Basically, if you are new here, you know, it really doesn't surprise me that there's nobody watching after today's market. Actually, the last few days, right? It's been kind of rough. But I'm wearing red themed thumbnail there for the show because, man, there's a lot of red out there. But you know, we're all still here, right? And that's what matters, because I think that if we you know, like some of the bigger names are saying, you know, if you in times like these, you put your head down and you just get to work, right? I mean, I'm not a developer, so I'm not really going to get to work, but I will keep these rigs on and you know, keep mining projects that I believe in and that I want to support and I want to see do well. So it's, for me, it's just that simple, you know. That's it. But basically, if you're new here, what we do in this show is we pick we use a list of, I think man, I want to say I'm up to like I added some, so I think I'm up to like 143 or something like that. GPU-mineable coins, and then we use the Google random number generator, and we pick a random coin, and then we mine it. But what happens is I pre-record it, because you see, if there's, I just pre-record the picking part, because if you do it live randomly like that, it's such a wide net and there's so many available that the chances of you landing on one that you won't be able to mine, or that there's something wrong with it, or it's an abandoned project, and then you just end up wasting all this time, right, on a project that you're not even going to be able to mine. So I do it ahead of time, and there has only been a few cases where I had to like actually ditch the one that it picked, right, or the one that was picked, and move on, you know, to something else. So looks like the health of the stream is better now, so that's good. Let's see here. I'll get to hey, what's up, everybody? I'll get to the chat in a minute, but I want to get through this part. So basically, it would be casting too wide of a net, and you know, you would end up not even being able to mine something. So let me show you what was picked for today. Well, last night, actually, let me show you that first, because last night we picked alloy, and it was actually in the stream. I think Gabriel was the one that showed me, or that mentioned that. I was focused on using XMR stack, and for some reason, because it was kryptonite, I guess, I don't know, so I didn't even think. I mean, I noticed in their documentation that you could use XMRig, or on their website or whatever, but I just didn't. I tried it, it didn't work the very first time, so I just ditched it and I stuck with XMR stack. And I realized that you couldn't do it with simple mining, because there was no, for that specific version, or how did this work? For whatever reason, there wasn't, I couldn't find a Linux miner for alloy, because it has its own miner, right? It's a kryptonite _ alloy is the algorithm that it uses. So but in the stream, Gabriel, I think, was the one that was telling me that you could use XMRig, and then so I did. But what was funny was, I don't know what everybody was doing. There was like 8 people in here watching, but nobody said anything like, hey, you're on the wrong rig group. So I spent the whole 20 minutes like on the wrong, I was modifying the wrong rig group. It wasn't even assigned to a rig. So, you know, and here I am troubleshooting this thing and going around in circles. Anyway, so let me show you, let me get back over here. I should be able to show you this here. Desktop. It's not showing the desktop. All right, well, we'll go through this first then. So this is the random pick. Yeah, I think 143, right? So it should be 2 through 142 because the top level is not is the actual title or column headers. So would it come up with 138 or something? 137, 138. So this is Volvox. Never heard of it. It's an X17 coin algorithm, so I thought that was kind of cool. But I find out later on in the Bitcoin Talk thread that it's similar to like Digibyte. It has like 5 different, I want to say it's 4 or 5 different algorithms that you can mine it on. But there is a X17 miner, excuse me, in simple mining. So I was like, well, we'll just stick with that. And this is what I was doing right here. I was just trying to find out, okay, like I've never mined an X17 before, so I was trying to make sure that there was a miner in there that was going to work. So I just looked through here. I was trying to find one that was for AMD and one that was for NVIDIA or both. And it looks like, from what I could tell, because right here I see a search for X17, and it looks like it's only NVIDIA GPUs for that. Now, some of the other algorithms that you'll see here in a moment that you can mine Volvox, I guess I'm saying that right. So I start documenting this, but once you see some of the other algorithms, I mean, you could do it with, I suppose you could do it with AMD, but it wasn't on CoinMarketCap. It's not on What to Mine. It seems like one of those, you know, crap coins, I guess you could say. So I look at their Bitcoin Talk, and this is where I start running into, you know, seeing how there's, right there you can see all the different algorithms. I think there's 5 or 6 there, 5. So you could mine it on AMD, I suppose. But, you know, you're looking at this roadmap, or you're looking at this Bitcoin Talk thread. You can see right there, roadmap is kind of like, you know, white paper. Sometime we'll get to it, you know. You can see the different pools that you can mine on the different algorithms. You know, the ones that they have on their site anyway. So I think I go to one that was at X17, but I was trying to look for a wallet, and what's funny about the wallet, I don't know if Bitcoin Jake is in here or not, but this one you would expect to run it through VirusTotal and have all kinds of problems, but this one was like completely clean. So it's kind of weird, but it is just an executable, so it just runs like by itself, you know. It's not like an install or anything from what I could tell. So kind of cool, but I'll get to that in a moment. I don't know, I think I've got this sped up like 1.5 times, so it's a little slower than usual, but I'm just kind of poking around here, going through the Bitcoin Talk thread, trying to figure out a little bit about it. You know, like just real brief research kind of thing. Nothing popped out about this coin as being like something really cool or anything. This was kind of a bad pick. You know, sometimes, you know, you land on something, you're like kind of excited, like, oh wow, I've seen this one around, and you know, it would be super cool to figure out how to mine this thing real quick. But this is not one of those. I don't know. It just did not. It didn't strike me as anything really too great, you know. I don't even recall exactly if there was anything different about it. I want to say it was just a currency. I don't know. I didn't do a whole lot of looking into it. Just poking around the pool a little bit to try to figure out, you know, what the address is, what the port is, and things like that, if I wanted to use this particular mining pool. And I think I was still looking for a wallet at this point, because I didn't really want to download their QT wallet off their site because of what their Bitcoin Talk and everything looked like. It just looked kind of, it's one of those projects that is just not impressive, you know. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. But right there, you can see where it says download official wallets. It's got one, different ones for different coins, but that right there is the one for Volvox. And I would assume that headless means that it's just an executable. I don't know. I think I ended up, I could be wrong there. I think I ended up getting I wonder what's crashing my machine. Weird. Maybe it's Discord or something. I don't know. Alright, so I am back. Is anybody in here? Still? I don't see me on here, but let me refresh this. That was actually kind of a quick recovery there, if I am up here. I don't know if y'all can see me or not, but my machine here is just trying to catch back up, I guess. Glad y'all didn't go anywhere. But anyway, I documented all of the let me see if y'all can see me. I have a feeling y'all can't. It says it's good. All right. Well. All right. Yeah, that's no problem. If we lost a few, that's okay. I can understand. Not a big deal. Maybe they'll be back. But let me know if y'all can see me or not. I'm hoping you can. I don't know. Because my machine, yeah. Okay, good. All right. I picked Volvox, right? And I was documenting all that stuff. So let me get to, let me see where I will go like this. I wonder what is crashing my machine. It might be, I might have had the stream on in the background. Maybe that's what did it. Because this machine is not the newest, most powerful machine. All right, so we need to go to, let me open up that file again, documentation here. Yeah, I was going to show that it, I don't want to start that video again because I don't know how to advance it and it'll take too long to show it. So what I'll do is I will show you, I'll run that exe through VirusTotal to show you that it comes up as clean. Again, that really only means that, usually it means that the developers have gone through the process of having all these different companies look at this file and say that it's clean, or they somehow submitted it to them for it to be clean. But I'll pull this. This is their Qt wallet off of their website. Super amazing that clearly a small project like this is 100% clean as far as VirusTotal goes. Kind of cool. But anyway, so I ran their wallet and I got the receiving address, and all that should be documented in here already. And yeah, I already documented the miner. I already have pretty much a string here for the simple mining, and this is going to be on NVIDIA because I showed you how it looks like for simple mining anyway. It looks like they only have X17 for yeah, the wallpaper suite, right? They only have X17 for NVIDIA, so so we'll just use that and we'll go from there. Let's see, anything else? Don't think so, but again, I've never mined X17, so this is going to be probably a little bit interesting. Not that it's too different than anything else that we do, but I'm wondering if we're going to run into any snags, you know, trying to do it. So we will check it out. All right, so there's actually a lot of different miners that apparently you can use on X17. You got T-Rex down here. It's also NVIDIA though. If you search for X17, you can see all of them. And then you got CC Miner. And all I did was I went up here and went X17, and it shows you all the different miners. A lot of different versions, but it's basically just T-Rex and CC Miner. So we can choose here. I don't know, heads or tails, T-Rex or CC. I don't know. Isn't T-Rex the one that's really good for Raven? I think that's the one that's really good for RandomCoin. We'll go with T-Rex. We'll just try it out here. All right, and I always do the coin, which was what, VVX, if I remember right. VVX, Volvox, okay. And then the algorithm, I think, right? X17. And then I go the hardware, which in this case would be NVIDIA. And then that's pretty much it for that part of it. I just throw YouTube on there so I know I did it for YouTube. And then group description, I usually start off with hardware. And then I go miner, which is T-Rex in this case. And then the pool. What was our pool? I think it ended up being one of the ones off of their website, or off their Bitcoin Talk. Alright, so mining JG pool. Okay. We'll go mining JG pool. Like that. Alright, and then we're down here for server and port. So we'll grab this right here. I think I already had the whole thing over here, so we'll just grab this. And this was off of their I want to say I grabbed this off, yeah, it was off of their pool, off of this pool's website. Whenever you start looking for Volvox, you'll end up, you know, it'll tell you down there in the bottom left, like, hey, this is what you got to use to mine that. I can show you that in a moment. This one has an intensity setting for this miner, so that's kind of cool too. But I don't think that let me just get this part right here. Password. We'll go up to the password for now. It looks like, yeah, it didn't have intensity on there, but we'll leave it on there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I'll zoom up on it in just a moment. So we need to get our address in there. So we'll go over here and grab our address. Receiving address. Alright, let me zoom up on this so that y'all can see it. And let me know if I have any problems, because last night y'all totally left me hanging because I was sitting here messing with the wrong rig group for 20 minutes. That was not cool. Actually, it was kind of cool because it was funny, like, after I got over it. But I was going to show you that. Let me show you that video too of what ended up happening with that as far as mining alloy. It actually worked out, and Gabriel was telling me about the XM rig and all that stuff. So I'll show you that video once we start mining this. We should have time, I think. So then we just click add group, and then we're going to go to rig list, go to our NVIDIA rig, which the hardware for this guy is right here. So this is what we're actually dealing with. It's a 6 GPU rig, 2 1070s, 2 1070 Ti's, and 2 1080s. It's just the one here in my house, in my room here. And pretty decent little system. I like it. And let's see, minimize that. So we're going to assign that group that we just made, which was VVX X17 NVIDIA YouTube, and then that miner is not on this rig, so I'm going to reboot. I know I don't have to, but I just, you know what, I'll do a reload. We'll see what happens. Typically, I think from habit, I was always doing reboots, but you don't really have to, because it'll grab the miner whenever it knows that it doesn't have it on it. You know, it'll go out there and grab it. So in a moment that you should see that restart behind me, I'll go ahead and bring up the console here. So what is everybody doing today and yesterday and the day before that over this market? What's everybody, I mean, like, wow, it's been tough to watch, you know. But it's not really that important, is it? I mean, if you're in it for the long term anyway, then this is just a little hard to watch. It's not, it's just a little speed bump, right? All right, so it hated that 20. Did I mess up? Was there like a space or something in there that I messed up? It says parse error argument 20. I would assume that that's talking about the intensity. I don't know. Let's go check it out. Hey, we got a problem. Yay, it wasn't like just perfectly smooth like it has been lately. Well, not last night, but all right, so I'm assuming it just doesn't like this at the end, but it has it as the default. Let's just take it out and see what happens. I'm just not that familiar with this particular you know what it might be too? It might be, I think it might be that. Probably not. That's part of the password, right? All right. I'm not that familiar with this miner. I have used it for Raven before, but that's been quite a ways back. All right, so I just changed that. Took off the intensity, which I don't think is going to make a difference, but we'll see. Well, that's weird. It says, now it says intensity set to 20. Huh. I'm getting a lot of OKs and a lot of hash rate, so that's looking good there. Oh yeah, cool. All right. So I would assume that this is good, right? Getting hash rate. I don't see if this miner says like accepted shares or not though. I would assume that the OKs, well, that's just your hash rate though. I don't know, maybe this number right here. What is this number right here? Maybe that's the number of shares. Accepted? Accepted, rejected? No? I don't know. I'd have to do a little bit of research on this particular miner. Does anybody know? T-Rex. Alright, so that's pretty cool. So we are mining Volvox, whatever that is. Kind of neat. But let me show you, let me go back to the videos here. Let me show you this one right here. I think y'all can see that. Basically right here was after I got on the right rig group last night, mining alloy. That's what this is showing you here. So it was 4,800 hashes per second, around there. And so you can see that it was good on AMD mining alloy using XM rig. And I kind of go through that here in just a moment. I'll get on that to show you, like, you know, hey, this was so the whole show I was messing with that one right below it where it says CN alloy NVIDIA using XM rig. That's the one I was using, but if you look right there, I mean, it's not, it wasn't even assigned to a rig, so it was kind of funny. Or I might be actually mixing that up. It might have been set to XMR stack, so I was modifying XMR stack group whenever I was supposed to be doing XM rig, but whatever Whatever the case may be, it was not right. It was kind of funny. But once I caught it, I was like, oh man. And then once I made those few changes, boom, it started mining and it was good to go. So there you go. That was from, and you can see accepted shares and all that stuff. So that was mining Alloy using AMD and XMRig. I have tried to get, because there's a way of dual threading XMRig also. You have to use, I can't remember the actual parameter, something like OpenCL devices or something like that. And you can actually dual thread with XMRig, similar to what you can do with XMR stack. But it's actually in the miner command parameters and arguments and all that stuff. But I haven't played with it that much. And the one time that I tried it, it didn't work, and so I got distracted doing something else or just moved on. So, but it's something I'll look at to see if I can get one to work, and that might be a good one to try since it's working with XMRig. So maybe I could just throw those settings in there. I don't know. What's going on, Yashnik? I don't know if you saw my wallpaper or not. It looks something like that. I like it. Alright, so what we got going on in the chat here? All hobbies anyways. That's true. That's true. A lot of the people that are watching this, and like me, we're kind of hobby miners, right? We're not like big time or anything. Most of us anyway. I didn't really look to see what the market was doing right before here. Actually, I looked about 15 minutes ago, and it was pretty bad. Let's go, what's it, Coin 360? See what we got. I know earlier, they probably still have it, but this thing literally bleeds, like has blood coming down from the top. It was kind of funny. I say it's funny, but it's not really funny. But BCH is actually up. That's odd. And it looks like XRP finally decided to participate a little bit too. They were sticking up there for a while. $4,440 Bitcoin. Wow. The one that kills me is this one. Oh my gosh. $132 Ethereum. We'll get through it. We will get through it. Alright, so it's almost 10 o'clock. I just want to say, you know, thanks everybody for stopping in. That's why I had the red theme for the show tonight, because, you know, boom, there it is. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. All we can do is, you know, think about the future and think about, you know, 5 years from now, we'll look back at this and just laugh, right? So that's the way I look at it. Let's head over to BrandonCoin stream, all of us, all 6 of us, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night at the same time. See y'all later. Bye.